Oh my god, this just in, there is a new variant. It's been a minute. We've been talking about Omicron and subvariant of Omicron since September, October, something like that. And then, yeah, the subvariant, which was just so much different than Omicron. Took the headlines for like a hot second, and then, oh, thank God Russia goes into Ukraine. Now we can write all of the headlines about that. Well, now you've got the XE or G. Oh, not G though. Can't blame China. Hashtag stop Asian hate. This is XE, possibly more transmissible than Omicron. Oh my God, it's almost like the life cycle of a virus, and then you start to. I don't know anything about the symptoms here. Maybe they'll explain. I highly doubt it. What kind of symptoms you can expect from this XE variant, but it's more transmissible. Cool. Is it any more deadly? Is it any more wrought with symptoms or making it feel worse or anything like that? No, it's more transmissible. Cool. Oh, it's not even a variant. It's a fucking subvariant. It's an Omicron subvariant known as XE. Has been found in the United Kingdom, said the World Health Organization in a new update. Oh my God, the UN health body said subvariant is comprised of genetic material from two Omicron strains, BA1 and BA2. That just reminds me of something. Remember when the hot topic out there was, oh, you could get double infected with Delta and Omicron. That's what this reeks of. How much of that actually ended up boring out? Very, very little. Very little, in case you need the history check. The XE recombinant has been first detected in the United Kingdom. Now I know that's why they want to call it variant, because recombinant is very cumbersome to say. In January, and at least 600 cases have been reported so far. Since January, more transmissible than Omicron, guys. What the fuck are we doing here? According to the WHO, XE belongs in the Omicron variant until significant differences in transmission and disease characteristics, including severity, may be reported. That's why we're not getting any stats as to what the symptoms are, because it's Omicron. And if you don't remember what the symptoms of Omicron are, yeah, you're not alone, because it looks an awful lot like the common cold, but it's very dangerous, and get all your boosters, 9 of them, whatever you're on now. The confirmation of XE and other variants is becoming more difficult, according to the WHO. Yeah, because you have to do like specific testing to figure out what variants are what. You can't just take a test and it'll just come up and say, I got the alpha, I got the beta, I've got a rock. Cool. No, you have to go in, you have to assess the specific virus that's there and break it down and see which little tiny branches it has on it, because there's very little molecular difference except for just 1 or 2 little branches that are on there that are different, that therefore delineate it from any other variant that's out there. That is studies that have been known for different types of coronaviruses. Not COVID, okay? Not COVID-19. Remember, it was named after the year it was discovered. But we're talking coronaviruses, the type of viruses that are out there, okay? Figuring out what specific version is out there requires specified tests. That's something that's been known for a long time, but now we're starting to figure out, oh, there's a substrain and we've estimated. Well, they used to just tell us that the dominant variant that's out there, oh, it's Delta, oh, it's Omicron. How do you know? We're estimating. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for that. Once again, just so deadly, so terrible that we need to lock the world down for 2 years, and you can be like Canada and continue to fucking march down the path of idiocy, and oh, we're gonna expect a 5th wave, eh? And it's like, go fuck your mother. Or be like Eric Adams in New York. I'm not too sure if I talked about that. Maybe it was in passing or something like that, but him, oh yeah, no, we're gonna work on all of these different ways to ease out of the pandemic, except for keeping masks on 2 to 4-year-olds. Fuck you, Adams. But whatever. Let's get into what these idiots have to say. Data are becoming progressively less representative, less timely, and less robust. That's a clunky sentence. The UN agency continued. This inhibits our collective ability to track where the virus is, how it is spreading, and how it is evolving. Information and analysis that remain critical to effectively end the acute phase of the pandemic. It's over. You guys just need to fucking give up on this one. But why are they talking about, I don't know, a new cove sub some kind of variant, it's XE. Whatever. Tell me how it's different, and tell me how, I don't know, Ghostbusters are going to go ahead and try to fix it. But yeah, no, this will probably be the new hotness coming up. So just pay attention to that, mostly because, yeah, they don't want to have to admit that, NIH, we talked about this last week sometime, and I can't quite remember exactly what, like, end of March, not like this past week, but end of March, we talked about Francis Collins, Fauci, those guys knowing a whole bunch of information, having a bunch of communications that are out there. And then when NIH specifically was asked about, giving up some of the data, some of the research, some of the information that they had, no, we just deleted it. What? No, we got rid of it. Don't worry about it though. But NIH, don't worry, they got ahead of this one, guys. When they were asked about it, yeah, we suppressed some Wuhan Lab genetic data, but we didn't delete it though. We just suppressed it. Semantics, a word game that's going on. I love to see it. National Institute of Health spokesperson is disputing a non-profit watchdogs group that the agency deleted genetic sequencing data on the CCP virus from the Chinese lab, but the same official acknowledged the data was suppressed. What's the difference? Shut up. The headline says the sequence were deleted, which is inaccurate. They were not deleted. Okay, cool. Thank God. So what happened? This is really important part. Listen, this is really important. You have to listen to my truth on this. And I've highlighted what did happen and what we provided to you earlier this week. NIH Media Branch Chief Amanda, always a woman, told the Epoch Times at the end of March on the 31st. Fine was referring to the March 29th Epoch Times story titled NIH Deleted Info Received from Wuhan Lab on CCP Virus Genetic Sequencing Watchdog FOIA Finds. Pretty sure that was the article that was used. The information, Fine received a reference to having been provided to the Times by NIH earlier in the week was included in the published story June 2020 in response to a request from the same Wuhan researcher. National Center for Biotechnology gave the sequence data the status of withdrawn, which removes sequencing data from the public means of access but does not delete them. And then later in that story, it also says, yeah, it was deleted actually, but NCBI subsequently reassigned the status of the sequence data to suppressed, which means the sequence data are removed from the research process but can be directly found by Ascension number. The action to reassign the data was identified as part of the NLM's ongoing review of the matter. We are working to make more information available, the spokesperson said. The Biotechnology Center, which was part of the Institute, the Library of Medicine, that's what the NLM stands for, is the U.S. component of International Nucleotide Sequence Data Collaboration. The Epoch Times story was promoted by a report published on March 29th by Empower Oversight Whistleblowers and Research. It was based on a FOIA response the group received from the Institute. On June 5th, 2020, a Wuhan University researcher requested the NIH retract the researcher's submission on bioproject ID per numbers and letters of error. The researcher in Wuhan explained, "I'm sorry for my wrong submitting," and then, yes, looking for the same thing, reference submission ID sub 7545 numbers. 3 days later, on June 8th, the NIH declined the researcher's request, advising that it prefers to edit or replace as opposed to delete. But then, on June 16th, the NIH reversed themselves and deleted the genetic sequencing data. So it was deleted, but no, it was suppressed. But then it was replaced. But then it was deleted. Wait, what's true? After some discussion about what would be deleted, the NIH concluded the discussion by reassuring the Wuhan researcher that it had withdrawn everything. That sounds like a deletion to me. It doesn't really sound like much of a suppressing, because suppressing would mean that it's either hard to find, classified in some form or fashion. But this sounds like a deletion because they said it was a deletion. As for response to Fine's claim, the information was not deleted. EOS founder and president Jason Foster told the Times that NIH's actions ensured the CCP virus genetic sequencing info is only available to a few information possessing its Ascension number, which effectively deletes the data from open access and research. See, it wasn't suppressed. The people who still need to know can still know, but for accurate and transparent information requests, yeah, we can't quite give that to you. So it's effectively deleted. It's one of those semantics games that the people who are very, very guilty like to play. It's like whenever Joe Biden fucks up, which is a day that ends in Y, he'll say something so absolutely ludicrous, and then the next day the White House will just come out with the right proper stance of what the White House has to think about that. Remember, the statements of the president don't quite reflect those of the administration. That's what the NIH is pulling here. And that's why Francis Collins decided that, yeah, it'd probably be better to live out his final days. He's had a very successful career being, what, like 108? No, I think he was like 79 years old when he finally retired. I've just finally had enough. When people start looking deeply into what the NIH has been doing. All these corrupt motherfuckers, man. This is why all this shit can go on under the cover of darkness, because everybody's right now, praying for Ukraine. Cool. Instead of, paying attention and hold these idiots accountable, because you're going to get away with all of it. They're going to try again to reassert their dominance here after the summer's all come and gone, but got to hold the line on this stuff. I don't really hold out too much hope for them, because at the end of the day, the general population and most people are fucking stupid and fucking spineless. But I'm going to do my part, try to educate as many people as possible. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.